Hey everybody. So I thought I was going to be teaching at Club Form today, but only one student signed up, and Sean said we needed at least two. So if you do want to sign up for classes, I guess if I have two people, then it's still a go. And also he's going to reevaluate the classes on here. So if they're not getting that many views, that could change things too. So please keep watching and come if you're comfortable. And I understand it's summer and everything that's going on with the world. And I understand if you can't make it or you're not comfortable, but please communicate with me. So let's get started in child's pose, knees wide. Take that time here to find open hips, long spine. Drop your forehead down. Breathe here. Listen to that quality of breath. We know this is a short class, so really get whatever you can out of it, right? Really soak up every moment on your mat. 2 more breaths. So you're just creating this kind of awareness where you're scanning over the body, the mind, the heart. Just notice what's going on so you can take care of yourself for this half an hour. Go ahead and rise up into your tabletop. Bring the knees in, deep arch into cat. Inhale, open it up for cow. Exhale, pull the belly up and in, push into the ground. Inhale, open it up. Exhale. Find that Ujjayi breath through the nose. 2 more times, maybe close your eyes at some point. 1 more breath. Exhale. Neutral spine. From here, keep your hips over your knees. Puppy pose, open your heart, your armpits, maybe your throat. So if you want to hover your chin over the ground, drop it to the ground, or bring your forehead down, go for it. Notice how the inhale will lift you up a little bit. On the exhale, let it pull you back and down. Work with your breath. So trying to not be so rigid, right? We have these nice fluid energy and edges with the breath. 2 more, really opening up into those shoulders. And then slide your hands back to tabletop. Toes curl under, downward facing dog. Hi, Layla. Go ahead and play with leaning to the right hand. Lean into the left, and then get the weight right into the center. Have your feet hip distance or a little wider. And then drop your heels over to the right, and then start to bend your knees so that you drop your hips towards your heels. Breathe in to that left side body here. 1 more breath. And back to center for the other side. So drop both heels to the left. Bend your knees. Drop your hips towards your heels, and then open up from that right hip all the way to the right pinky edge. Breathe here. 2 more breaths. 1 more. And back into center. Go ahead and shift it into high plank. Tippy toes. Maybe take your knees, gaze forward, and lower all the way down. Press the tops of the feet. Inhale. Roll the shoulders back. Lift up for cobra. Exhale, back and down. 2 more. Nice neutral, relaxed neck. Inhale up. Exhale, back and down. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Toes curl under. Push up into high plank, nice and strong. Downward facing dog. And then go ahead and walk forward into ragdoll. Feet hip distance. Soften the knees. Sorry, my throat. To keep clearing it. And go ahead and rock a little left and right. Take a moment, shake it out, roll the wrist. Release your head, your jaw. Interlace your hands behind your back. 2 more breaths here. So we're playing with just a little bit of little extra holds today. Just getting a little bit more into it. Release your arms. Inhale, press into the shins. Exhale, forward fold. Maybe even bend the knees and grab behind your calves and tuck your chin in. From here, let's take a wide-legged chair pose on the inhale. Nice and slow to come upright so we don't get too dizzy. Grab your right wrist. Bring your right foot behind you and just drop the ball of the foot down. Keep the knees bent. Reach over to the left as you open up the right rib cage here. Inhale back to chair pose. Wide-legged, grab your left wrist. Bring your left foot behind you, just the ball of the foot. Keep the knees bent and reach over to the right. Inhale back to chair pose. As you exhale, airplane your arms. Come all the way up to Tadasana. Back bend, exhale, open your heart, open your throat. Inhale, reach it back up. Exhale, forward fold, let your head release. Soften the knees, maybe touch the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, press into the shins, lengthen the spine. Plant your palms, step back to high plank. Keep the gaze forward or down. Shift forward, tippy toes. Exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Gaze over to the right and the left. Knees are off of the ground. Drag your feet forward. Press into the hands. Downward facing dog. Let the breath be more important than the posture. So make sure that breath is the way you want it to be. Should be different than what you take all day long, right? Like we're taking that awareness into a really intentional breath. And then look forward, step or hop, top of the mat. This time, feet together. Inhale, halfway lift, press into the shins. Exhale, forward fold, let your head release. Inhale, chair pose, nice and slow. Grab onto the right wrist, right foot behind you, extend over to the left. Inhale, chair pose. Same thing for the other side. Right hand grabs the left wrist, left foot behind you, reach it over to the right. Inhale, back up to chair. Airplane your arms. Inhale, come all the way up to Tadasana. Exhale, back bend, open it up. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale as you spill it forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant your palms on the exhale. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Drag the feet forward, shoulders back. Press into the hands. Downward facing dog. I like to pedal out the feet when I get into down dog. Just get a nice calf stretch. It's okay if the heels don't touch the ground, but we're pressing that weight back towards the heels. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop, top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. As you exhale, grab the right wrist, right foot behind you. This time, straighten the legs and reach over to the left. Now, we're going to just reach the arms up and then keep the legs like they are for just a moment. You're going to move the back foot closer to be behind your left, or to the outer left foot. You're going out to the left. So your ankles are just crossed here, a little closer in the feet. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, as you fold with the left foot on top, we're going to curl the hands to the left. At any point you ever need anything under your hands, go for it. Breathe here. One more time. And then back into center. We're going to lift the left heel. So you're going to come up to the ball of the foot and the left heel. Bend both knees pretty generously here and reach the arms up. So it's kind of like you're kickstanding. That left foot and the right foot is firm. From here, hover the left foot. Maybe you squeeze the legs. You could wrap your foot or stay kickstand maybe with just the big toe now. We're going to take the left arm underneath, eagle arms, eagle legs. Squeeze your arms, squeeze your legs, elbows up and forward, and sit down into the hips. Breathe here. 2 more breaths. Keep your gaze focused for the balance. Our transition is going to be one-legged Tadasana. Reach it up. And as you kick your left leg back, we're going to bring the left hand down, right arm high for revolved half moon. Stay here. You can always use a water bottle under your hand if you don't have blocks. Flex your left toes down and then lift out of it. Really find expansive energy here. One more breath. Switch to half moon. Right hand comes down. Open your left hip to the left. Left arm goes up. You can stay here on your hand, block, or maybe if you'd like to start to bring the bottom hand up to your heart, or maybe like one fingertip on the ground, go for it. Any variations, if you like grabbing your back foot, go for that. Another round of breath. And then go back into a forward fold, let it go, soften the knees. Scoot back towards the middle of the mat. Inhale, chair pose. Grab on to your left wrist, reach it over to the right, left foot behind you, and then straighten out the legs to reach over to the right. Another breath here. Go ahead and bring the feet closer towards each other so your feet are flat here for a moment, knees can be bent. Fold into it. And we're going to go ahead and twist it over to the right. You can bend the knees as much as you want or straighten them out as much as you want, or any combination of that. One more breath. Building a little bit of heat here, and then we'll go ahead and come back into center. Lift the heel of the right foot. So you're on the ball of the foot. Bend both knees pretty deep and bring the arms up. Right arm goes under at the elbows. You could always stay with that or grab your shoulders or hands at prayer. If you need a different arm variation, that's okay. From here, we're going to go ahead and lift the right foot. So maybe the big toe is down, you hover the right foot, or you wrap it. Either way, you're going to squeeze your arms, squeeze your legs, elbows up, and then shift them forward so the back of the shoulders open up. Breathe here. Sit into it. 2 more breaths. One more. Slowly release to a one-legged Tadasana. Arms go up. Take your gaze pretty slow in this transition, because I feel like that's where we lose our balance, is in the transition. So really slow. Kick your right leg back. Bring your right hand down. So you're taking your time. You could stay lifted all the way up here. You could bring it to a prop or the ground. Kick your right heel back and up. Try to really straighten the right leg out as you flex the right toes down. Left arm goes high. Breathe here. Keep that gaze, that drishti steady. One more breath. And we're switching left hand down, and then open up your right hip, right toes to the right wall, right arm high. Any variation you want with the arms and legs, take it. Maybe today you just want to feel really grounded, or maybe you want the challenge of balancing the bottom hand up to the heart. Get really expansive. One more breath. Forward fold. You'll probably be on the side of your mat. That's okay. Forward fold here. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your palms and step back to high plank. Shift forward and lower to your belly. Whew. Roll the shoulders back here for a moment, maybe one then the other. And then interlace your hands behind you, feet together. Point the toes back. Straighten the arms out. Straighten the legs. Exhale everything out. Inhale, lift the legs, lift your heart, reach your fists back. The exhales, you'll lower a little bit. Inhale, lift higher. Exhale, lower a little. Inhale, higher. Maybe you lift the thighs, one more. And exhale, go ahead and bring your arms straight out to the sides for that stuck in the mud pose. So arms straight out, right ear down. I like to bring my left hand in to help press into it. And then rotate, open as big as you'd like. Your left foot could go down. You could have the right foot go down. You can also flip the right palm up and then interlace your hands. It just depends how open your shoulder is. There's a lot of variations in every pose, but you just have to find what works best for your body in that moment, right? So just take a couple moments to feel that openness. I feel like there's a lot of other exercises that are more contracting, and yoga is engaging the muscles, but it's more like lengthening and expansion, right? It's more of this opening than pulling everything in, unless we're trying to engage the core. So left arm goes out to the left, switch it out for the other side. Just see where your body wants to go today. There's some days you'll be able to go deeper physically, and other days you can't. Even if you've done that pose before, it's going to be different experiences every time. And slowly bring it back in. Push into child's pose with your knees together. And then you're going to reach your arms back, forehead down, tuck your chin in, knuckles down, round your shoulders forward, and breathe here. One more breath. And then from here, we'll sit up. We'll press our palms down and press into the tops of the feet as you come up here. So this will be a little core. So hands are underneath the shoulders. Take an inhale. This is just kind of neutral resting pose. And on the exhale, press into the tops of the feet, knees to nose. Inhale, neutral. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Let's go for 2 more. 1 more. Good. Then from here, lift your hips, toes curled under, sit on your heels to stretch out your feet. It's called toes pose. I know it's not your favorite pose, most likely, but it's good that we give every part of our body some attention in our physical asana practice. We want to try to get an overall practice, right? Just so everything gets love. We're going to set up for our dolphin pose. We haven't practiced this in a little bit. So keep the legs like they are. Have your middle finger touch your elbows. Bring your elbows down. Fingertips point forward, and then slide your elbows in tighter, and then kind of just like roll them out so that loose skin around the elbow really catches and makes your elbow feel nice and secure. Press into the arms right now. Keep the legs like they are, or the toes like they are. Just going to start to lift the knees and try to straighten out the legs as much as you can. Release through your neck here. Breathe here. 4 more. 3 more breaths. Come down, and then from here interlace your hands. Keep your legs like they are for a moment. Just reach your fist forward. Another round of breath. And come back up, nice and slow. Roll through your neck. You could have your fist still behind you and move your fist over to the right or the left or both, and just kind of play with releasing in the neck a little bit more. Reach the arms up, take an inhale, and as you exhale, bring your hands down, downward facing dog with the right leg high. Take an inhale, bend your knee, open your hip for a moment. Rotate the ankle in both directions, straighten the right leg. Exhale, bring it through low lunge. Inhale on the fingertips, pull forward and up. Exhale, straighten out the front leg, flatten out the back foot, open into triangle. So try to get those nice lines of energy in the body. Bend the front knee, inhale to reverse warrior, reach up and back. And as you exhale, both hands down. Step back, high plank with the right leg hovered, chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Bring your left leg high, inhale. Exhale, bend your knee, exhale. Open hip, right, rotate the ankle. Keep the weight equal in the hands, straighten the left leg. Exhale, bring it through low lunge. Fingertips down, drop the hips, maybe bend the back knee. Exhale, straighten out the front leg. Flatten the back foot out, open into triangle. If you want more core, no weight in the bottom hand. Bend the front knee, keep it open to the left. Reverse warrior, inhale. Exhale, both hands down. Step back, left leg, maybe hover through your chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Maybe sip of water if you need it. And we will come down to our knees. Go ahead, cross your ankles behind you, bring the legs out from underneath you. We're going to slowly use the core to come all the way down, nice and controlled. Press into the feet, lift your hips for bridge. Interlace your hands if you'd like. Then lift the hips higher, and then relax the glutes a little bit. Three more breaths here. One more. And nice and slow release. And from here, go ahead and take happy baby. Any version of that you like for a moment. And figure four, right ankle, left thigh, and play with your figure four. Find your version in this moment that works best for you. I mean, know that, right, these poses are like, we have a blueprint for it and we could play around with these ideas, but ultimately, it's what suits you best. You can twist it over to the left and the right a few times if you're feeling that in your figure four. You could even make it about core if you want to straighten the left leg and bring it in. I just want you to, like, the point of like this online, these classes at home, right, is because we can't be together and this is great, we can do this, but a home practice, I feel like it's hard, it's definitely harder, but developing those skills and understanding a home practice it's very different than you would probably practice in the studio, because even if I'm teaching you this way, you may not be doing it exactly this way. My home practice is not even the way that I often teach. It's kind of more like the way I'm doing it today. And then switch it up with first head to knee pose. Right leg is straight. If you want to straighten the left leg, go for it. You can always roll the ankle and deepen the breath. And switch it out. Left ankle, right thigh. Really flex the left toes. I like to grab my left foot with my right hand, pull it in, and then push my left knee forward. I'm actively doing it in the legs as much as I can, and then I use my hands to help assist. You could rock the legs, finding a nice twist. You could use your core to extend the right leg and pull it in. And that's the fun part about this Vinyasa practice. It's like once you get into pose, it's like you take so many different directions on where you want to go with it and how you really want to express it. Hopefully through this time you've developed a pretty good home practice and you've gotten to learn a lot more about yourself at home. Right foot down, left leg high, forehead to knee. And let's get the legs up. So sit on your hands or shoulder stand if that's okay for you. You could take plow pose, deaf man's pose. Just make sure it's always safe in your body. When you do want to come out, you could lift your head up so it's a little easier to come back down. Checking the time. Perfect. We'll go ahead and give ourselves a hug in. Hopefully you can hear me this whole time. Give yourself a hug in and drop it into final Shavasana. Close your eyes. And just rest. So sometimes the practice is fast, sometimes it's really slow. But really the practice should be whatever is going to serve you with your intention. Faster doesn't always mean it's going to be better, right? Sometimes when you can go slower and hold the poses just a little bit longer, it's a little more intentional. And we go a little bit below this, a little bit past, like just below the surface, right? So taking that into your life, like giving yourself that time to maybe slow down, to pause, to give yourself that time. Rushing, like, right, we end up in a corpse pose in Final Shavasana, right? What are we just rushing to get to that? Like that's not what we want out of life, right? So savor the moment a little more. Just stay in it a little bit longer. I really hope this was recording the whole time. I guess I'll see you here in a moment. So please know that this practice is here for you. We are here for you with club form. I hope that you show up in class soon. If not, hopefully we can keep these classes going online. So please reach out. Let me know what you're thinking and feeling, because it would be so awesome if these were live, so I could at least like talk to you guys. So I really appreciate the feedback and love you all. So go ahead and start to make your way into your seated pose, however you want to get there. I can feel my hair. Yeah, there we go. Hands up at prayer. Sit tall. Big breath in. Big breath out. You made it to the end of your practice today. Thumbs to your third eye center. Bowing to the teacher in all things. Namaste. I will post another one for Monday, and then we'll see what's up for me teaching on next Friday. Maybe we can at least get 2 people in class. So let me know, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Bye.